Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is Chris. If you haven't been to my channel, thank you for joining us today. Please like and subscribe before I even get into anything. But today we're going to be talking about how it's cool when we're the joke, but when we stand in our power, then everybody's running for shelter. But shit, hold on, I'm starting to sweat. It's a little hot in here. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Whew, goodness. Oh, whew. Sorry about that, y'all. It's a little hot. I had to take some of them layers off. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about how it's cool when we're the joke, but otherwise then we're not accepted. It's not okay. Okay, so first I just want to give a little intro. This is something that I've experienced in my real life. This is something that I've seen in media. This is something that I've seen in other people's lives, played out so many different times when it comes to queer people, and especially gay men, and especially gay black men. So first I want to start off with like some TV, some media examples. Example one, Girlfriends. Do y'all remember Ronnie and Peaches? Ronnie was Maya's cousin, and I think Peaches may have been Maya's cousin or play cousin, something like that. But Peaches, do we remember Peaches? I noticed, especially back then, and even now I have some current examples, we are always the sidekick, we are always the comedic relief. I wrote on here, we're always either the sidekick, the best friend, or the uncle. Like, we're always that supporting character. We're never the main focus, and when we are getting a lot of screen time and stuff, we're the joke. We're the butt of the joke. We are bringing comedic relief to the show, all of that. This sidekick, they can't find love. They always on the prowl, basically from media. Like, we're always the joke, we're always the laughing stock, we're so gay that it's funny, you know, it's all of that, you know. But we never see a gay black man really standing in his power, a gay black man having a myriad of emotions, complex emotions like we all have as humans. The gay black man never gets to have that type of, you know, that type of character arc until, for me at least, until Pose. I just rewatched Pose. I just finished the last finale episode today of season 3. This is my third time watching it, and of course every time I watch it I get something new from the series. People, we can point out characters. We can look at Billy Porter, who played Pray Tell.
Making the little things grow. Oh, work, Miss Thing with the reveal. Oh, they're giving us story. They're giving us narrative. The divas are serving us Buckingham Palace high tea while the rest of you don't know nothing but lifting from the diner.
Didn't want to burden y'all until it became serious. I know that we've already been through so much. Mommy, I'm not trying to upset you, and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Mommy.
Pray, let her go, baby.
See, I always knew this would happen. Heavenly Father, save
Stop
your soul from eternal damnation.
Please stop.
Because it's not my business.
It's not because y'all fucking.
Woo!
That's some new information.
This house is scandalous. Can you believe this?
Leave this slut over your son, huh? I'ma fuck you up. I'ma fuck you up. Yo, who's the slut? Who's the fucking slut?
We can look at Damon. We can look at all these butch queens or butch queens in the show, and I think they're butch queens in real life, maybe per se. Anyway, we get to finally see them have emotions. We get to finally see them have complex character arcs. We get to see the causes behind the actions. They're not just strung out on drugs. They may not be just alcoholics. They may be going through something. We see how the world turned turn its back on these people, and we can somewhat empathize with them. We can see how someone would get to certain places. They're not just these demons. They're not just these people that don't have emotions, people that are only funny, only here to make the comedic relief. We have emotions too. Stepping off of that, with our love stories, in Pose, we got to see a lot of love stories. We got to see black men in love. We got to see the trauma of that due to like upbringings, due to the trauma that we do have. We got to see that play out in actual relationships. Mind you, this was like set in the late 80s, early 90s and such, but a lot of those arcs and a lot of those lessons that the characters learn are very still true to this day. It's very much so still the stuff that we have to, some of the stuff you have to learn on your gay journey, like especially as a gay black man, just like this happening, this situation here, is just like they really dug into their pussies with this show. And not even to mention just the way it pushed, I feel like it pushed trans women to the forefront. It pushed trans women that much further, like to the like, oh, these are people, these are women, they actually have history, they actually have a past. They didn't just appear out of thin air. They actually have community. They actually are caring for their community. They actually show up and all this stuff. They are human. I think Pose really just shows that we are human at the end of the day. I went through all that to say that. But then I put on my notes, y'all know I have my little notes here. I have Queen. Yes. So the gay man, especially the gay black man, in all of these shows that I see in media, we're always going to be the queen. We're always going to be the yes, darling. We're always going to be the cat, yes. Yes, honey, yes. Always to support a friend that knows how to do hair. Always to support a friend that it has this impeccable fashion sense, that is always like, oh, yes, always, yes, queen, yes, honey, yes, darling. But in actual reality, most of us aren't like that most of the time. Now, I have seen some queens out here, I have seen some girlies out here that are like that, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. But why is that specific aspect to us always plastered in the media? And it's not, before we even go here, it's not to demasculinize men, emasculate whatever men, black men. Is not for that. It's to, I feel like it does more harm to gay people than it does to black men whenever we have these queens.
I am not a queen. I am an educated black man.
That are very, I hate the word extra, but very extra all the time. And it's just like, I know people like that. I know people, but it's just like, we're not like that all the time. And it's almost like this is another thing I hate, but it's the truth. I can compare it almost to like minstrel shows. It's like, we're the joke, but like in modern times, we look like humans, we look like everybody else, but we're the joke. We're the one with the limp wrist. We're the one that's almost dehumanized in a way, because we're just so whatever, because we're gay. We're just so whatever. And diverging from that, we have Tyler Perry's Sisters. Now, Sisters isn't something I watch religiously. Sisters is something that my people watch. I see it sometimes when it comes on the TV. But the character that I want to mention in particular is Maurice. Now, the few times that I have seen Maurice, he exemplifies all these traits that I've been talking about.
We'll be on this counter, and I'll be with the child. Maurice, calm down. You hooked me.
He's always loud. He's always the comedic relief. I always live for him, but it's just like, and sometimes I can look at him and see how much amped up he is, how much the writers really amped his character up to be just this so whatever. Personally, it does harm to our community at the end. It does harm, not to the community, but it does harm to the perception of us. It does harm to how men see gay men, like without even meeting them, like we deal with y'all every day in life, in public. We work with y'all, we go to school with y'all, but it's just like y'all take these characters off of TV and apply it to like real life people, and especially with Maurice. But he's just he's rude, he's loud. They made him bigger. Well, not made him bigger because the character is just bigger, but like all of these things, you know, and it just plays too hard into stereotypes, and it just makes me feel like it's too much of a joke. A lot more people on that show are very more serious, and he's always the butt of the joke. He's always the comedian. He's always the one saying something funny and whatever. And it's just like, I feel like that's really harmful at the end of the day. And with all of that and all of that TV and media, we then look at the archetypes that we play out in our real life. So I'm going to talk about me, for example. For example, me, I used to be that comedic relief. Never in a sense where my gayness or my queerness was the thing that was funny, but just me in general. I always tried to be funny, especially after dealing with bullying and being a people pleaser and all this and that. I realized that making people laugh made people like me better, and that's just the ultimate truth. If you can make somebody laugh, their overall perception of you, you're gonna get knocked up a few points, basically. And I always, after a while of just being funny and stuff, it kind of became who I was, and like I still am funny to this day. Like it's just my personality, but like sometimes it gets a little amped up. And where am I going with this? I can see how I'm like the funny gay dude in a lot of people's lives. I can see how in the past I was the black gay best friend that played my role just because I was who I was. I was getting used for that. I was sometimes getting used for me just being gay or me just being more queer to fulfill some women's like desire or need for a gay best friend. Like, and I don't know, it's really hard. This is really hard because like I'm kind of working through this with y'all, but yeah, I was never with me being that person, it was easier for me to be casted aside. It was easier for some of my friends, ex-friends, to like be dating and dealing with these extremely homophobic men, but it's just like they keep a boundary up between, like they try to separate it, and it's just like y'all aren't as progressive as y'all say y'all are, but that's not the point of this. The point is how we play these archetypes out in real life when we feel like we want to be accepted by the masses, we want to be loved, we make ourselves the joke, and we make ourselves the comedic relief of these straight people's lives so that they love us, basically. And I can definitely see how media played a role in that, but also just how interpersonal relationships have had a role in that, and how many more people just like me can have these same stories, have these same archetypes. But I realize when you stand in your queerness unapologetically, people's attitudes change. It's no longer a joke, and people are uncomfortable. And I experienced that to the T. I realized once I wasn't the insecure friend that was always the comedic relief, wasn't always the one making jokes. I realized when I became a little bit more serious, a little bit more confident in myself, a little bit more queer presenting, people started to shy away a little bit. People started to whisper and kiki about your girl. People started to violently leave my life. Not violently like do any harm, physical harm to me, but like you really see the support just really go out the window when you fully become yourself, and when you fully are accepting of your queerness and accepting of those feminine parts. And it's not to be a joke, it's because of who you are. For example, I've always been who I am. I've always had like this sort of queer personality about me. But on Instagram, that never really showed. I just was kind of, I was a little different, a little weird, as some straight men would say, but I wasn't just so, you know, I wasn't presenting in the way that I am now, basically. And I've talked about this in my coming into my queerness video, where my brother basically unfollowed me on Instagram because it was too much for him. He couldn't understand why I was acting like a girl, even though I've been doing some of these things since I was younger. You reprimanded me for those. You were one of the main people in my childhood reprimanding me for being a queer child, or being more effeminate, listening to women singers, listening to Beyonce. Like, you were that one. And like, all of a sudden it's just so weird. Now you're so uncomfortable with my feminineness in this black gay male body. It's too much for you now. You have to unfollow me now. You don't want to see this. Now, don't get me wrong, I done posted some risque stuff, but this was well before any of the risque stuff came. I mean, my sister, she ended up unfollowing me too. Well, she actually blocked me, but I just realized, like, through that, especially with her, and especially like in TV and stuff, it's always funny when we're at the joke. It's always funny when the gay best friend comes on in the YouTube video. That's all cool and cute, but if he starts shaking his ass, if he starts wearing crop tops, if he starts doing these queer things, then we're uncomfortable.
I like you. Have a cup.
Then we're turning stuff off. Then we want to cast it to the side because, oh no, you're not doing what we told you. Now, this is post recording, Chris. I just wanted to also add in, it's funny when we're a drag queen, but a trans woman is just too much. A trans woman is just unacceptable. You can get over the drag queen, but the trans woman is too much. You have the audacity to be who you are. You're only supposed to be what I need you to be. I need you to be the joke. I need you to be comedic. I don't need you to be twerking. I don't need you to be doing all these things. And if you are, I may act like I accept you, but deep down inside, I really don't. Deep down inside, I really wish you would act like a man. Deep down inside, I don't understand you. Why are you doing this? But in conclusion, I guess what I mostly wanted to say today was be unapologetically you. Show up in this world the way you want to show up in this world. I spent a lot of time in my life showing up in this world to appease others, dimming my light to make other people more comfortable, not expressing myself in the fullest way that I can, or not expressing myself in the fullest way, just period, and just always like taking so much shit from people. But be unapologetically you. Wear that crop top. Shake your ass. Yeah, shake some ass. You a man, but that don't mean you can't shake some ass. You got an ass on it. Your ass moved on it. Shake some ass. This really took a lot of energy out of me. I was not expecting this, but don't be the stereotype. You are greater. You are more than Maurice. You are more than Peaches on Girlfriends. You are a complex being. You have a wide myriad of emotions. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for expressing yourself and having those emotions that humans have, and not being like this toxic masculinity type of person where you ignore those emotions or all this and that, because at the end of the day, it just makes you a parasite to the community. It makes you a parasite to falling in love. It just makes you all of these things because you're still letting society make the decisions for you. You're still letting heterosexual people control what you do with your body. It's okay to be serious. It's okay to truly be yourself. You don't have to be extra. You don't have to be funny for people to like you. You just have to be yourself, because when you're not truly being fully yourself, you're never going to find that your tribe. You're never going to find those people that actually care about you, actually care about what you're doing, actually care about what you're making, creating, how you're living in this life. Like, actually care about you living, you actually being alive, your health. You're never going to find that if you're never truly being yourself, and you're going to always feel this deep shame within yourself because you feel like you are wrong. You feel like in order for you to show up in this world, you have to be funny. You have to pay your dues in a way. Pay your dues in order to be more queer. You have to be the joke. You have to make other people happy in a way. But I want you to do what makes you happy. I'm trying to do what makes me happy. I'm still working through a lot of the stuff that has happened to me, a lot of the stuff that people have said to me, did to me my whole life, and truly be myself. And it's really hard. And a lot of times when different stuff happens, I feel the anxiety coming on. I feel all this stuff happening. When I'm around certain people, it's like I freeze. And this is the God honest truth. This is like my truth. This is like my real life. Like, I freeze from all that possible shame, all that anxiety of what are they going to say, how are they going to look at me, what are they going to do. But I'm in a process now where I'm brushing it off and I'm becoming my full self. I mean, y'all see it in the videos, like the Chris that y'all are getting in these videos, the Chris that y'all are seeing on social media, it is my true self. It is my full self. Maybe amped up a little bit. Maybe you're seeing some of the better sides of me, but I feel like that's the authentic me. A lot of times I am happy. A lot of times I am being funny, but it's on my time. It's when I want to be funny. It's not to be funny to make people like me. It's just I like having fun, basically. And you should have fun too. You should have fun with your life. Step out of that box and be yourself, because the goals you want to reach, especially if you're a creator, these goals you want to reach, these things you want to do, you're not going to fully get there. And if you do get there, you're not going to be happy with your success, because the whole time you wasn't being yourself. The whole time you had to put on this mask. The whole time you had to put on this character to be accepted by the world. And that's why I really push authenticity, because when I do like hit these red carpets, and when I do like become a household name and all this and that, I will evolve, but I won't feel like I'm taking off a mask. I will be pleasantly abundant, pleasantly happy in my abundance, because I did the work, one, to be happy within myself, but also because I was being authentic the whole time. Like, I was being Chris the whole time, so I never had to have that extra whatever, you know. Even with like YouTube and stuff, I'm trying to stop code switching. I don't care if my grammar sounds bad. To me, that's part of my culture. That doesn't mean to you it may you may receive it as uneducated. You may receive it as ignorance, but that's who I am. That's how I talk in my head. That's how I talk to the people in my life, in my interpersonal life, in my platonic life, in my romantic life. So why would I try to seem any type of way for y'all? But at the end of the day, I'm doing myself a disservice at that point. I'm having to work extra hard to build up this character, to always come on the camera for y'all, always be this egotistical, always be this like happy, always be this very confident person. Stand in your queerness, stand in yourself, stand in your bisexuality, stand in your gayness unapologetically. It's who you are. And the people that are going to judge you for it, the people that are going to leave your life because of it, they're not meant to be in your life. They're not meant to be in your life. And you just have to be comfortable with them leaving, knowing that some of them may get a change of heart one day, but you can't be hoping on that. They may get a change of heart one day and come back around and apologize for the things that they are going to say to you, the things that they may do to you. But at the end of the day, you can't be hoping on any of that. You have to truly Live your life for you, because at the end of the day, this is your life. You only get one of them on this earth, in this being, as this soul, as in this timeline that you're in now. You only get one. So are you really gonna let other human beings, other people that are on the same level as you're really gonna let them dictate what you do with your life? You're really gonna let them make you unhappy for the rest of your life because you're trying to keep up with them, you're trying to be accepted by them, when there's a whole community here waiting for you. We here, we accept you, we love you, I love you. I don't know about them, because some of them are a little catty. Some of them a little catty. You ain't hear that from me. You ain't hear that from me, but some of them are a little catty. If you are looking to build community, I'm always available. My social medias are linked in my about little panel on my channel, and just follow me on Instagram specifically. I'm more so on. You can also get in touch with me on Instagram. Email me if you have any stories about yourself, like if you just need some confidence boosters, if you're going through something, especially when it comes to like queerness and all that, and like if you've connected with this and felt some of these emotions, we can talk about it. You can email me. My email is going to be in the description. If it's not in this description, or if you can't find it, it's in most, I think it's in like all of my descriptions on all of my videos, so just check out another video. So yeah, that was it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all very soon, because I'm going to shoot another video this week. Again, this week I'm shooting a lot of videos pertaining to like LGBTQ+, all this and that, so stay tuned. I was not expecting for my energy to get this low, but here we are. So yeah, y'all have a good day.